Hello and welcome everyone to another episode. I'm Goosexi, and today we will be landing yet another piece to our Minmus base. And today we will be landing a landing pad. So we won't be really testing this thing out this episode, but mostly the concept has been proven already. So it really doesn't need to be proven that it works. I know it works because if you go back to some of my older episodes, this design is pretty much proven that it works the best. And I don't really know how I plan on moving and transporting fuel and all that stuff when we actually get down to the surface and set up this whole base, because when it comes down to it, transferring fuel in the sense of moving it by truck or something like that, that is I don't know, that is just gonna be quite an endeavor, to be honest. And I don't know if that's really going to be the best course of action to really address moving stuff around in a timely fashion. And notice that I said timely, because a lot of the stuff, when it comes down to it, it really isn't as timely as you would expect it to be. And, driving around on the surface of Minmus really isn't, the best possible way to, utilize my time and everything else. So I plan on making like a fully functional base to the point where you can pretty much do whatever it is you need on the base, but I don't want to go too crazy in that regard, where I don't want to end up making everything all in one as far as this base, because that, I don't think could really do something like that, to be honest. We could potentially do a small scale, like all in one base, but I don't think it's possible to do something that we could potentially store pretty much everything in one base. So the one thing I was thinking about, though, too, is we should build like a little city. I mean, there should be people living on the surface, and pretty much we should be able to utilize whatever space that we can get on the surface. So we need at least like a city of, I don't know, maybe 50 Kerbals. It sounds good to me. So, oh god, here it comes. Oh god, there we go. That was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know what it is, but I can gracefully get myself out of any terrible situation in this game. And right now, we just need to get more power. This thing just happens to be very drastically underpowered, so... And that was kind of a design flaw, but, it works. It's not terrible, so... It works. That's the best possible way you can really say that. Just like what I did now. It works. So I hope you guys liked, once again, our 2 episodes that got released the other day. The live streams are definitely going to be a thing, on a constant basis. I don't know when I'll be able to have time to do another one, but I'm thinking, if anything, it will be like on Saturdays, possibly. Most Saturdays we'll probably end up having a live stream of some kind. I'm not entirely sure what each one was going to be. This one was a bit impromptu, so that's why I really just wasn't prepared. I just kind of was like sitting around and I was like, well, I got some free time. I might as well do a live stream. Seems like a good idea until you crack open the episode, and then you're like, oh god, yes, I should have been much more prepared for this. So yeah, that was the main thing too, is I was trying to, I don't know how they do it on other channels, but I've seen it where they like basically set it up to where you can pretty much just meet up in it, like almost like it's like a chat room, and then once you wait for like maybe an hour, and then they usually start up the show or whatever. But with mine, I ended up trying to do that, and I ended up just starting the episode, and I didn't intend to. So maybe there's just some kind of hidden feature that I wasn't aware of or something. I don't know. I'm still very new to live streaming, and I'm kind of new to certain aspects of YouTube because things have changed over the last couple of years. And same thing with Kerbal Space Program too. You know, a few minor differences, but nothing crazy. You know, most of it just stuff that I am not very used to since you know, they decided to change just basically how the whole game works. So, you know, with all due time, I'll eventually catch back up, and we won't have to worry about me being a complete and utter noob. Alright, let's see. We're lined up pretty well. I don't think there's any issues with this landing. I would preferably like to be closer to the other side of the base, though, so I think we're gonna work our way over here just to make things a little bit easier. Alright, so I think I was featured by somebody from what I understand. Somebody told me this, so if you guys know, it'd be nice to know who it was, because I'd like to feature them back. I don't know if they contacted me in any kind of way, but I did not receive anything, so if that person happens to be watching, I did not know you contacted me or featured me, so I would be more than happy to feature you back. Try to hit me up on Steam or something. So I do have a Steam group too, so if you guys want to join me, you know, occasionally we can play games together, what have you, but most of that stuff I have set up, and you can take a look when you can. There we go. Perfect. So this rover, I think, is going to have to move. So we got to get Jebidiah out here. And Jeb, yes, we need you to move. The rover over there. You parked it there. All right, let's go. Come on. Let go. Come on. We know you don't want to do this, but you're the one who did it. So you are the one that has to... Oh, what are you doing? What in tarnation? Come on. There we go. What was that? Some kind of weird bug. Alright. Alright, let's get you in there. Come on. Time is a ticking. And that base needs to get set up. Grab on and board. They changed the buttons for that as well, I believe. I'm not sure. Turn the brakes off. I thought I set up the brakes and everything. I did change the settings for this again, but I don't know what happened. I think everything got changed back, or I just wasn't paying attention or something. There we go. One thing I was thinking too is maybe putting some ion drives on the top of this unit, or on the top of this rover, and that would help put some, you know, downward force on the rover to where it won't want to like jump up or fly up or anything like that, and that will probably help a little bit with stability. So I'm gonna quick save here real quick and see if... I don't know if this is the right height, and if it's not, then we're gonna have to re-land a new piece down, and I'll probably do that off camera. And you know, for the next episode, this thing will just be hooked up and everything will be fine. So hopefully we won't have to do that. I'm thinking this thing will be alright, but, you know, there's always that rare occasion where it doesn't work out exactly the way you expect it to be. Come on. And that, you know, that's already happened once with these sky cranes. You know, sometimes things just, you don't line up, or you overlook something in construction, and then it ends up coming back and biting you in the butt. Alright, we need to go that way. Yeah, there we go. Come on. Come on, baby. Alright, we'll let it go down on the surface. I just want to line up that docking port a little bit better, if anything. That's probably going to be the main goal right now. Just get this docking port lined up as best as possible. You kind of want to be gentle. You don't want to be too crazy with this stuff. You don't want to screw up the legs. You don't want to... you want to come in as gentle as possible. I think that's the best way I could describe building bases on the surface. The lower the gravity, you just kind of want to be as gentle as you can, because if you come in too quickly, you'll damage stuff, or one of these pieces won't sit properly, or it's not it'll be sitting crooked. All kinds of just terrible things can happen if you just rush things, especially little things in this game. Sometimes you just have to go slow. That's the only way it can get done properly. Alright, let's go in for our approach. And then get this thing connected up with the other piece. It looks pretty lined up. I mean, if you look at that, that's pretty close. I don't really have a problem with that at all. But, it's just a matter of making sure that nothing is off by even a little bit, because sometimes with these things it can cause major problems later. Alright, yeah, that looks like it's just wanting to pull it right in. So let's go forward a little bit. And I think we got it. I think we're good. I don't think there's any issues with this so far. So our landing pad is perfectly set up. We'll shut off the lights and then turn on our new lights, which we actually got a couple here. We got some landing lights, some blue and some red here, as well as I believe there's a couple on the side, but I'm not sure. Sometimes I add lights onto stuff later on and then I forget about it. But no, I think that's all we got as far as lights. But hey, I'm not complaining. That looks awesome. So we will get our next pieces down here shortly and get this base to the point where it's almost about to be functional, which is really awesome. So anyways, guys, please check out my Patreon if you want to support me and everything I'm doing. If you like what you see here, subscribe. There's always more to come. Check out my Twitter. I always post pictures and all kinds of crazy stuff on there. So anyways, guys, I will see you next time.